Antarctica seems really remote, and for most people it is. It's really hard to get to. But when we look at global climate, actually Antarctica plays a pretty important role, as does the other polar region. I'm Dr. Robert Bindschadler. I'm the Global Perspectives guest speaker on this expedition. I was invited to come along to present some of the science that I've done in the polar regions, in Antarctica in particular, and also sort of some perspective on climate change, climate research that's being done by the broader scientific community, and trying to share some of the more important points with the guests on board. If you look at where temperature is changing the most, the three areas are two in the Arctic, the Canadian Arctic, the Russian Arctic, and the third region is the Antarctic Peninsula. So if you think about, well, why would those areas be changing so much? It's because there's so much snow there now, mixed with some water, and as a little bit of warming takes place, a lot of that ice changes to water. And that's a huge change. When ice changes to water, it acts differently, it carries heat differently. So it's really not a big surprise to climate scientists that these regions, the polar regions, are where climate change is happening most rapidly. And it's not just something to see. Everything that lives there is being dramatically affected by these changes. So it's important for people that come to Antarctica to have that opportunity to realize and recognize those changes so that they can take that personal experience, that growing familiarity with Antarctica, back home with them and share that with their friends and neighbors. That's an important communication tool. So what's happening here, what scientists know is happening here and have measured, gets back to more and more people. So I see the guests on board as ambassadors of that message.